They released episode 9 and 10 of Captivating the King on the same day. So, and they released 4 episodes this week. So we're kind of now transitioning into the second part of the series. And last time we left off with the two of them making out in her father's house. So it's like, okay, so what prompted her to want to kiss him? I know, like, when she was meeting Mona, he was like, you need to sever your feelings too. So it's like, and she got drunk because, even though she's trying to get revenge on the king, she still has feelings for him. So now she had to try to, overcome these feelings. So I guess because she knew that the king would, in fact, kill her for deceiving him, that was the reason for the kiss. The kiss. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another review on the Review Garden. The king is like, oh, how come I never realized that, Meng Wu was a woman? And I'm just like, what difference would that information really have made? Because 3 years ago, you wouldn't have let her go off and get killed because you knew she was a woman? Because you let the friend get killed. You let both of them get killed. So I don't really understand his point with, how come I never knew you were a woman? What difference would it really have made? So after watching 6 minutes into episode 9, I guess he tried to save her, but it was too late. He tried to save Meng Wu, but it was too late. I mean, you should have acted quicker, or you should have just not given them that sentencing, because then the other girl would still be alive. And so far, that's really what I blame him for. Like, the fact that the other girl passed away, because she didn't need to. Like, she really didn't need to. But then I guess if something didn't happen to her, the brother would still be trying to get rid of her. And during that time period, her job didn't really care much for them. So I don't know. I just hope she's at peace, I was wondering if she was living in her father's old house right now, or if she was staying somewhere else. But I guess she was staying somewhere else. But it's just interesting to me that, after 3 years, like, the father's house is still intact with, like, no dust or anything like that. So is someone else, maintaining it and keeping it intact? Now back to the senior court lady. Now I understand why she wanted the king to spend the night with her, because now because I guess the other court ladies respected her because she was by the king's side, and the fact that, he didn't want to spend the night with her and he just, like, left her, they lost all respect for her. And now the king's mom is trying to have her banned from the palace, from the grounds. That's crazy to me. When, I guess, in a way, if you look at it, her not spending the night with him was not her fault. It was, the king was the one who left. So the king's mom is really annoying. So, like, to even sometimes to meet with her. So I'm guessing the other women who were with him, because when he went to go see his mom, he brought in the queen as well, so his wife. And then I'm guessing the other three women that were behind them were his concubines. And he's just like, he's not, sleeping with any of them. So now he wanted to appoint the head court lady. I guess he wanted to have her own room, her own quarters. And then was like, he will make her a concubine, if she wants to be. And the mom is just like, no. And she's just like disrespecting the queen. And I'm just like, dude, if she's sick, she's sick. You can't just be like, look at her, so pathetic. Like, she can't even bear a child. Like, you're not supposed to do that. And then she's like, yelling at everybody that no one is producing an heir already. Like, that's all she cares about. And she's just being mean and rude to everyone. The relationship between the new grand prince and the queen, so the king's nephew and the king's wife, their relationship is so cute. Like, he comes to check on her and making sure that she's okay. And, like, they're taking walks together and everything. And her father kind of saw the interaction between the two. I hope he doesn't do something, They're always scheming some bad thing. So I hope he doesn't do anything to the grand prince or anything to their relationship together. And on another note, I think the king is starting to realize that maybe Kim Mona knows that she's a woman, or at least knew that she's a woman, because this is the first interaction he has with him, the 45 minutes into episode 9. And he's recounting, like, he's remembering when, he saw them hugging. And, like, he's kind of putting 1 and 2 together. Master Chu is starting to suspect, I guess her intentions carrying out her revenge plan. Because he was like, if you don't do it, if you don't go through it, if your plans fail, I'm going to carry it out myself. So he's going to carry it out against the king. But for me, if he wants revenge, he shouldn't be really getting revenge against the king, because the king wasn't the one who had the girl beat up. Because the only reason why she passed away is because they beat her up so bad because she wouldn't say anything. And they beat her up so bad. And then, the fact that she didn't get treatment is the reason for her, passing away. But the person who was behind it, who actually pushed for it, was her own brother. And the other person who allowed it was the Minister of War at that time. And that guy's dead. So the person he should be getting revenge against is the girl's brother. That's who you should be going to try and kill. And I'm getting tired of him in this show. Like, he needs to go already. He's like switching masters here and there. Like, dude, pick one. But I guess He's only after who's benefiting him. So the king's uncle had the girl arrested, had Mangwoo arrested because high treason, because because the king has an affection for Mangwoo. That's high treason. That's crazy. Like, what the hell? And like the king doesn't know about it. The king doesn't know that this is happening. So I wonder what he's gonna do when he finds out. But it turns out the king is using the envoy as a way to not get Mangwoo in trouble. But the king's uncle is still, pressing the fact that, oh, Mangwoo is a criminal for treason. And I'm like, no, you the one who had him arrested, who had Mangwoo arrested behind the king's back. There's nothing wrong with what she did, really. And then the envoy is saying that, oh, if I win, I get to decide Mangwoo's fate. And if I lose, the uncle gets to decide Mangwoo's fate. And I'm like, I don't like that bet. And I'm like, she better lose, because you do not want the uncle deciding your fate. But you can't lose right away. You gotta give him a little bit and then lose in the end. So in like a little backstory, almost like 4 minutes in to episode 10, we find out that, the king intercepted when the uncle summoned to have her arrested. So instead of being brought to the uncle, she was brought to her old father's house, I'm thinking, where the king was waiting for her. And, so he's kind of meeting her in secret. He can't really put her on the grounds in the palace. So, like, is that what his intent is? To keep her on the sidelines? Like to still have a relationship and keep her on the sidelines? But I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, she still wants, her intent was to get revenge on him. So it's like, is she still gonna follow through with that? Or like, what's gonna happen? And if they do, truly spend the night together, I don't know. It's just a bunch of questions that are coming up now, So the game was a tie. So no one won, no one lost. It was a tie. So now what happens to her? We find out that, if he had won, her fate would have been, to go back with him, and, she would be given to the emperor. And, if he lost, we all know what the uncle would have done. So now that it was a tie, what is her fate going to be? And the uncle complaining to the queen, to the king's mom, that, the king humiliated him in front of the envoy. But he wouldn't have humiliated you if you had just kept quiet. You're the one who kept pushing and saying, oh, he's a criminal. he can't do do do. But you're the one who embarrassed yourself because the envoy said he wanted to play with Mengwu. The king said there was nothing wrong with it, but you're the one who kept pushing. So you embarrassed yourself. So the uncle and the king's mom were also plotting. I mean, obviously, I know they want both of them gone. They want both children of the late king gone. But I thought they were mostly going after the little boy because he's the one with true power. But apparently, they want to get rid of the princess as well. So now they're trying to have an arranged marriage with her. That's crazy. And how old is this prince that they're trying to set up the princess with? Isn't the princess like what, 13, 14 or something? And this prince has to be the same age as the king was the grand prince and he was sent over there, they were talking about the two of them hanging out. So like that's a major age gap between the two. And then you see the uncle's like, no, you can't put a substitute. It has to be her. Like, why are they trying to get rid of her so badly? I thought like they didn't really, like, I don't understand why they're saying like she's a concern, because the main concern would be the little boy, not the girl. So I don't understand why they're trying to get rid of her. So Mengwu and Mona are trying to come up with a plan to not have the princess go over there. So they're trying to get their highnesses, so the grand prince and the princess, to agree, to put in a substitute. So put in a spy in her place. So instead of the princess, someone else would go in her place. So I wonder who they're going to take, because it would have to be someone who can speak the language. And, I mean, I guess they've never seen what the princess looks like. So I guess that's an advantage to them. So, I mean, I guess that's good. But it's like, where are they going to hide the princess now? Because now they're going to have to be extra careful so no one picks up on their plan. I'm a little confused about what is going on with the whole switcheroo of the court maids, because it seems like the head of, because I've seen this woman before. She works with the queen. She works with the king's mom, but then she also met with Master Chu and the other guy who are working with Hisu or / Mengwu. And she came back and she switched the court maids, but then she kept the other girl that is also working with Mengwu. So it's like, who's behind the switch? Because the king's wife, the queen, she suspected the head court lady that she did it, but the head court lady said that it's the queen dowager that's responsible for the switch. So who exactly is behind the switch, and what is the point of the switch? The whole interaction between Mangwoo and the senior court lady is weird to me. Like, why are you telling Mangwoo that, oh, I can be his concubine if I wanted to? Technically you can't because you didn't want to be one because the queen wouldn't allow you to, but okay. But and you're saying, oh, the king loves you. He can easily replace Manwu, but he won't replace her. Like, who cares? Why are you telling her this? Like, why are you even talking? Why are you having this conversation? And right after leaving the queen's chambers, no less. Like, you should have said that right in front of the queen if you had such big, like, but you saying that afterwards? And for her to be like, oh, I don't see what the king sees in a lowly rank person as you. And I'm like, technically, she's higher rank than you, if I'm not mistaken. Like, she's of higher rank. So, I mean, the male version may be of low rank, but the female version of her is of higher rank than you. So, I don't know what you're talking about. Are they going to switch places? 47 minutes into episodes 10, you have the guy, I don't even remember his position, but the guy wanting to meet with the princess, and the queen dowager already approved of that request. So now he's gonna come into her chambers, and the whole plan was to have her switch. So she's inside her room with the girl that works with Mangwoo. So are they going to switch places? So they did switch places. So now the girl is gonna have to, go. And that's what the uncle wanted, so that they wouldn't do a substitute, so that the guy would see the princess's face. And now, I mean, it's not really the princess, but now the girl is gonna have to go with them. And I just feel for her mom. Like, her mom is gonna be devastated. And it seems not that the girl who switched places with the princess, she was one of the she was one of the people, or her parents were one of the people that Mongwu was trying to save 3 years ago. So if you remember, 3 years ago, she was giving Master Chu the gold to go rescue the people, and that's why she was going around collecting the boards, to get money to pay for the ransom of those people. And her parents, or her mom, was one of them. And, so she owes a great deal to Yisu. So, she's doing this to help her out on the one hand, and then two, to try to save the other people who are also still held captive at the moment. You mean to tell me they didn't talk to the princess about how to get off the grounds after they switch places? How is she supposed to get off the grounds? There are people there who knows what she looks like. What the? Why didn't? This is so dumb. Like, why didn't y'all plan her getting out of the thing? And the other lady, weren't they? Isn't Mongwoo's people paid her for something? So, like, why are you reporting that to the queen and the queen dowager and her brother. Like, why didn't y'all plan this more carefully? Now, they're both suspecting that she was changed. Why do they always do this? Like, you had the plan. Instead of fully executing the plan, now you have this man catch on, and then all of a sudden, she almost trips and her veil comes off. Where are the other people protecting her? The other guy who should have told the uncle, like, hey, it's against customs, it's against policy for you to even see her face, because he was like, once she is wearing that jewelry and that dress, she is theirs now. And as much as I disagree with that, but in that moment, someone should have been there to stop him. And it's crazy to me, again, that Mengwu and her people didn't give the princess an actual get out. Like, how did you expect her to get out of the grounds? Huh? Like, she's brand new to this. She follows the rules. She's not quick on her feet like that. That's why she ran away when the court lady was calling her. I don't like this at all. And of course, they leave you with this cliffhanger at the end of episode 10. So now she's going to confess. Now Mengwu is going to confess to the king that, she had something to do with the switcheroo. Or they might even, they might go the route of the uncle actually figuring out the switch, or, he's still suspecting the switch. So you never know. I just hope that it's more of the suspect and he doesn't actually catch on the switch. Because if he does, both girls are going to be in trouble. The one who took her place and the princess. They've been trying to get rid of her. So they're just going to kill her or something, because both of them committed treason or whatever. So I don't want that to happen, but you never know with these period pieces. Like, anybody could die. So that's not really what I'm trying to see here. But you never know. So that is it for my reaction / review for episodes 9 and 10. And episode 11 is going to be available next week. So join me again as I review / react to episode 11 and 12. And this wraps up our journey on the Review Garden. Thank you for joining me today as we explored this drama. If you enjoyed this reaction and review, please remember to subscribe for more insightful videos. Don't forget to like this video and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback helps our channel grow. As always, I'm truly grateful for your support and for joining me on this journey on the Review Garden. Until next time, and happy listening. Bye.